50 Cent promised and he delivered. The long-awaited Diddy, the Reckoning documentary hit Netflix and has given an even deeper and darker look into the mind and actions of one Sean P. Diddy Combs. That's right, y'all. Former friends, co-workers, and others, celebrities, just people that have had interactions with Diddy, they telling it all. And these are people who are from his most inner circle, just talking about the man who once had it all, but is now living in a Fort Dix, New Jersey, USP penitentiary. Y'all keep it locked right here, man. We're going to drop this episode. Straight Shoota Podcast. Let's do it. Now, you could pretty much tell from the beginning of this documentary and the fact that 50 Cent was the center behind it, we all knew we were going to be in for a long ride. I'm pretty sure that you all knew that 50 was going to cut up. Now, the one thing I can say, the one-on-one interviews in this documentary were people who genuinely knew Sean Combs before the fame and the transition in the attitude and aggression as the money and fame rose. It felt like they all came from a genuine place when they were speaking on how they felt about Combs. And from looking up to his father's hustler background, and his mother was a hustler as well, it's like Diddy wanted the same attention and respect as them, just he didn't grow up in the streets like them. Yeah, if y'all understand what I'm saying, put it in the comments, you know what I'm saying? But to continue, it was more so like he had drive. I think Diddy's drive and ambition is what, and that's what worked well for him. You know, and he had determination. Like some people is just, they're not quitters, and no matter how many times you tell them no, they're going to keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? Diddy apparently was one of them people. He did what he had to do to get on, like it or not. He did what he had to do to get on. And, you know what I'm saying? You got to respect it or not respect it. That's just what it is. Right?
Is this camera on me?
You know what I'm saying? But as far as the fact of the stuff that he got convicted of and all this other stuff, no, don't get it twisted. I don't condone none of that. And that's what this documentary exposes it to even greater heights. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got a list of names. You got Kirk Burrows. He helped start Bad Boy with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You got Mark Curry, a former writer. You got Al B. Sure from the Uptown days. Now, what shocked me the most was even Eric Sermon was in this thing now. You know what I'm saying? Letting it know him and Diddy were about to square off. So you got Eric Sermon, Roger Barnes, plenty more. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all know these people, I would say, outside of Eric Sermon, you know what I'm saying, had a day-to-day relationship with Diddy. But, you know what I'm saying, everybody can't be lying about stories or how they feel. Come on, y'all put it in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But, you know, y'all sit down. We're gonna talk about a lot today. Because it brings me back to that song, if you're old enough to remember, by Black Rob, The Muscle Gang. You know what I'm saying? It was a song on the Black Rob album, his first Rob album. I can't remember what it was called, but I think it might have been self-named Black Rob. But anyway, on the song, we all remember Diddy was talking crazy, talking about putting $1 million on your head and getting your family social security numbers erased and your whole family. Look at him now. This is crazy that he was talking reckless like that back in 98, 99, 2000, and all these stories and people coming out of nowhere getting at him and all this and all that. I mean, look at the long list of his run-ins with the law over the years. You know, it's sad to say, but Diddy did become famous from that whole City College event. That's what really put him on the map, and it's sad that 9 innocent people lost their lives. I'm not going to necessarily put that on Diddy. You know, I don't know the particulars of how the party got promoted, security, none of that, so I'm not pointing blame nowhere, but I'm saying as far as that was on CNN, that put his name out there on a national scale. You get what I'm saying? But let's just go down the list of run-ins that we know Diddy for having. Okay, you got the JD party run-in with Suge Knight, where Suge's friend Jake was killed. We got Tupac and Biggie, both of them losing their lives with allegations of him being tied to both. I don't really believe that, you know, understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I'm just talking about all the chaos that has been around this man's life. And, you know, he doesn't have small scale problems. These be to the extreme, you know what I'm saying? Okay, he walked in the building, beat up Steve Stoute, smacked him with the bottle, you know what I'm saying? It whooped him, gave him a couple dollars, hushed him up, you know what I'm saying? Then him and Shine and J-Lo and them busting guns in the club in New York in 99, you know? Hey, remember 2-Bit from Power? Diddy was out there dressed like the Joker, told him come in the street, he'll bust his ass. You know what I'm saying? So like, come on, man. Diddy been, I mean, put it in the comments, man. You know, Diddy been a straight mob boss out here the way he been moving. Now, if y'all think I'm wrong, tell me, but he been moving like a mob boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up and down. Now, he tried to get it stopped, you know what I'm saying? But that didn't work, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't work. And the most disturbing thing about the whole docuseries, because I took my time. I could have dropped the video yesterday, but I said, you know what? I made sure I watched it all in its entirety. Y'all excuse me, man, it's cold outside. My lips are chapped. But I watched it in its entirety. And, you know, the most disturbing part of the whole docuseries I saw is when he went to go embrace the people of Harlem, the place he calls home. He went out there, took pictures, hung out on the block, did all that stuff, made it look like it was cool, you know what I'm saying, for him to be out there. And then as soon as he jumped in the car, I guess he forgot he was on camera or something like that, but as soon as he jumped in the car, he was like, yo, I need to go wash my hands, man. I feel dirty, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been out here, I gotta go bathe, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Diddy.
You don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, tell him again, Dane.
You see where I'm from, you don't do that.
You know, a real Harlem cat. You don't do that. So, you know, that's just one of them times where, like I said, man, Diddy ain't from the street. Your family could be from the street, but he ain't from the street. But he got more money than what his family made in the street, so he feel like he in the street. So he moving like Sean, Nikki X-Rays Combs. You get what I'm saying? That was him imitating his real life in that Carlito's Way remake. Y'all don't think so? Y'all don't think so? I mean, it's obvious, like the videographer that he hired, it's obvious that Diddy didn't think this whole trial was gonna go down this way. He thought he was gonna get vindicated and be able to edit this documentary himself with him coming out with both hands up like Rocky, the way he always used to doing, but you know what I'm saying? It didn't go down that way because like, why would he, like this is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up.
That's stupid, guys.
Why would you record any of this, even though it was you doing your own, like why, like period, like anything, you on trial for your life. And you worried about how people looking at you? I mean, he's drinking, smoking weed, vape pens. He had the pink powder on the table at the hotel, yelling and calling everybody, spazzing. You know, I think I seen a couple cigarette butts in the ashtray. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Common
like,
sense.
now, and this is from Diddy now. You got Diddy out here taking shorts. Come on, man. Like, that don't make no sense, man. Like, come on, man. I mean, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Put it in the comments, man. We seen a man mentally break down and crack right in front of our eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? He could see the walls closing in on him, and it was showing heavily in the footage. But the heartbreaker was poor Kalina. We all thought she jumped out the window and went to bat for Diddy off the rip. But then when we seen the behind the scenes, him on the phone talking to her and her explaining, and you didn't give her no bread to help her family, but then you double right back and asked her to do that for you. Shame on you, Diddy. Like, now that you lost me with that.
You see where I'm from, you don't do that.
You know, you don't do that, Diddy. And then she still held you down. Didn't stab you in the back. I hope she get her children, because they deserve to be with their mother. If she's standing up for you like that, bro, like you sold out, man. You sold out, you know? This is just a story about money, power, greed, and, you know, I mean, he's trying to shut it down. I don't know if he's gonna be able to shut it down though, because if he could have shut this down, all them other documentaries and all this other stuff, you know, I think TMZ got a mole at the prison because, you know, unless AI might need to be banned because there's so many pictures on the internet with a TMZ stamp or a media takeout stamp with pictures of him in the prison and all this and all that. Because if they really got all this footage of him walking around and they got all these phones up in there, he making it hot. But that's just me, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Put it in the comments. Y'all know how we do it, man. I'll be back with y'all in a little bit, man. Straight Shoota Podcast. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure y'all join the community, man. It's your boy, Swif Dollarz, 16-pad killer. Straight Shoota Podcast. Gone.